Semifinals, we had 7 teams compete to get to this final group of 4 teams. The universities who participated this year, we had teams from George Fox, Gonzaga, Oregon State University, Portland State University, Seattle University, University of Oregon, University of Washington, Washington State University, and Willamette University. So despite all the challenges, we still had a really good turnout from the universities. We had some first-year interest from some universities as well, which is great because we want to continue to grow this cup competition. Congratulations to those of you as well who've made it to the finals. The final teams were from George Fox, Portland State University, University of Washington, and Washington State University. This year, one of the teams will break the tie that we have currently. In the past 4 years, we've had 2 winners from Oregon and 2 winners from Washington. So the winner this year will get bragging rights for the year. Our past winners, starting in 2017, were Portland State University. 2018 was Oregon State University, led by our very own Brad Strickland, of course. 2019 was University of Washington. 2020 was Seattle University. So with that background, I want to turn it over to Brad Gewirtz, who is going to tell us a little bit about ACG Portland. Brad Gewirtz, for those of you who somehow don't know who he is, Brad Gewirtz is a managing director in the investment banking group at D.A. Davidson. He is also the president of ACG Portland. Brad, over to you.
Thank you, Jason. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
So as Jason said, I'm Brad Gewirtz. I'm the president of ACG Portland, and I'm a managing director in investment banking at D.A. Davidson. I'm a native Oregonian who spent 20 years working on Wall Street before returning home to Portland. The Association for Corporate Growth is a global network of investors, executives, capital providers, and advisors who collectively drive growth within the middle market. Founded in 1954, ACG has chapters worldwide representing 15,000 members. Approximately 75% of ACG members report that they have done business with other members. Because I'm an investment banker, I go to ACG events in numerous cities across the country. I also attend ACG Intergrowth, which is the national event. And normally, I say normally because this year we don't know what we're going to do because of COVID, but normally has 2,000 plus deal-making professionals in attendance, including PE funds with $350 billion of aggregate capital to spend. Our Portland chapter focuses on dynamic growing companies, the business leaders who run these companies, and the professionals who advise these companies. Over the past 12 months, we've had events headlined by RealWear, Big Leaf, D6, CTL, Hub, Salt and Straw, Customer IO, and many others. And we also have networking events. We hope you will consider joining ACG Portland at future events. If you're interested in joining as a member, please let us know so we can assist you. You can also check us out on our website for ACG Portland. Thank you. I'll turn it back over to Jason.
Thanks, Brad. This is Olivia Kowalski, and I'll be taking over from here. So thank you for giving your remarks. We certainly appreciate ACG support. And so now, before I introduce Tori, who will be announcing the winners, I wanted to just take a quick minute and give a brief overview of the case and what was asked of students who are acting as the investment banker for a client. So the case did a really great job of depicting a real-world scenario that does not have an obvious resolution. So the founders and owners of the company are a husband-wife team, and they have successfully built a fitness hardware business that recently added a software apps that are now the main driver of revenue and profitability. After a number of years of building and operating the business, the owners are ready to step back from management and might even want to start a new business. So they've been approached by a number of prospective acquirers, ranging from hardware-focused to software-focused operators, as well as private equity funds. and all have expressed an interest in acquiring their firm. So all of those may be real possibilities, but all had question marks in regards to one side of the business or the other, software, hardware. Well, also, how they would take care of maintaining the legacy and the group of loyal management and employees. So unlike many other ACG Cup cases that we've utilized in the past, there was no clear right answer this year. And this meant that the best teams gave a really well-supported recommendation while sharing that there were still many questions to be answered. And really won credibility with the board, who were represented by the finals judges with good questions and really good insights. So again, kudos to Brad for putting together a really well done, thought-provoking case study this year. So just to follow up on that, there were several layers of complexities in the case. The case was set in today's timeframe, so there was a global pandemic to consider and its impact on the fitness industry as well as valuations in general. And then, as mentioned earlier, some softer sides to the business and making sure the owner's goals and objectives were achieved, not just getting the highest dollar value. So the feedback we received from the judges, the caliber of the presentations this year were some of the best we've had in the past 5 years. The students did a really great job of grasping all the complexities at play and delivered really solid, polished, and very professional presentations, which is certainly more difficult to do in a virtual environment. So kudos to the teams today. I know it was a really tough deliberation for the judges. And so before I hand it over to Tori, I just want to remind everyone what's at stake here. We have $12,000 in cash prizes that were provided by Umpqua and our gold sponsors. The first place team will receive $5,000. The second place team will receive $3,000. And third and fourth place teams will each receive $2,000. So you're all winners today. And lastly, I'm very excited to announce that this year the committee decided to rebrand the ACG Cup Trophy to the Burge Trophy to honor Cordell Burge, who has helped found the Cup 5 years ago and has been a leading force for making the ACG Cup Northwest what it is today. So Cordell has and continues to have a very profound impact on the Pacific Northwest business community. He's been a trusted advisor to many different companies over the years, and he actively volunteers his time to give back to the community and organize events such as ACG Cup. And actually, Cordell was one of the founding members of the Portland chapter of ACG. So his history and commitment extends back many years. So Cordell, thank you so much for your leadership and your guidance in getting the ACG Cup to the Northwest and making it as successful as it is today. And now I'm going to hand it over to Tori Nixon. He is the president of Umpqua Bank, our presenting sponsor, who will announce the winners of this year's ACG Cup.
Thank you, Olivia. Good evening, everybody. Umpqua Bank is incredibly proud to be the presenting sponsor of the ACG Cup. You know, we have been that since its inception in 2018, and I think one of the reasons we continue to be so involved with the Cup is essentially what it stands for. I mean, it stands for student education and student outcomes. The Cup's goals haven't changed in the past 5 years. They are to bridge students' classroom education to job and professional application, to provide students an opportunity to gain experience in presenting, financial analysis, technical modeling, and strategic thinking, which they all did very, very well today, that's for sure. And then lastly, just to help further develop student networks and foster relationships. So 3 fantastic goals that we are certainly proud to be a part of at Umpqua Bank. I think the ACG Cup is a perfect example of a whole bunch of folks who have a tremendous passion and commitment for what it does and what it stands for, and have worked really hard to put this together. And I think some of those folks were recognized here today, but I also want to give a big shout out to Cordell and to Brad and to others. the quality of talent and the students that worked really, really hard to analyze and present is just really amazing. And you know, as somebody at the end of their career, it's terrific to see young folks, you know, really really engaged in the idea of banking and investment banking, and excited to see and watch their careers grow. We've been very fortunate at Umpqua to be able to hire some of the folks that have been students. Brad's one in particular, and we've hired into our M&A group Brad and some others in risk management, even consumer banking, and I know others have as well. So I think it's a great platform for all those involved. So it was a very challenging year, as it has been in many circumstances, but I think everybody did an outstanding job in preparation and in delivery, and I'm excited to be able to give you the result. I will tell you that the judges, this is easily the closest the judging has been in the 5 years. It was really it was very close. There's a lot of talent and some great presentations. So with that, here are the results for today. The runner-ups, George Fox University and Washington State University, each will get $2,000. And I believe both teams are comprised of undergraduate students. And this is George Fox's first year participating. So congratulations to both of you. Both teams did a really excellent job. The second place winner is University of Washington. So University of Washington gets second place, $3,000 to those young folks, and then first place, and I guess the tie, or to break the tie between the state of Washington and the state of Oregon, Portland State University wins first place and the Burge Trophy. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to all of you. Team members, Dylan Garner, Izatwa Jallo, Shauna Jefferson, and Chelsea Wader. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to all of you. You really represented yourself and your schools extraordinarily well. Well done. And here's the trophy. We'll put your name on the trophy.
There it is. All right. Thank you so much. Portland State, congratulations for the victory. Congratulations all the teams for making it to the finals. I think this event was just an enormous success. One last, just really big thank you to Brad for chairing the committee this year and steering us through this big challenge. Yeah, I see a couple quiet rounds of applause. I think he definitely deserves that. And with that, the 2021 ACG Cup competition is drawn to a close. Thank you all so much for your time and for participating in the Cup this year. Those of you who are still in school, we hope to see you back next year. Those of you who are graduating, good luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.